Hi, everyone, and welcome to OEM Update, where we talk about everything you need to know about this year's vehicle model lines in order to better sell them. My name is Megan Cusack, editor of Motorcycle and Powersports News, and today we're going to be talking about the 2025 Kayo K2Pro. The K2Pro is a next step up semi entry level dirt bike from Kayo and boasts a base MSRP of $2,699. So, let's dive deeper into what exactly this new dirt bike has to offer. But for that, we're going to go straight to the OEM source.
ZDMS Dealer Management System, the heart of technology in your dealership, and the engine that drives productivity and profitability. Schedule a demo today at zdms.com.
Joining me today to give us an overview of the 2025 Kayo K2Pro is Brock Harden, Marketing Manager for Kayo USA. Brock, thank you so much for jumping on to speak with us today.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys taking the time. I'm excited to explain the K2 Pro to you guys.
Absolutely. I know this one's making a splash in the market here. So if you could go ahead and please give us a brief introduction to the K2 Pro and specifically highlighting, what age range is this bike geared towards?
Yeah, certainly. So the K2 is or the K2 Pro is an evolution from the K2, which is a current model. The K2 has been a really good seller for us. It's a perfect little entry-level unit for, I would say, young adults. Now, the K2 Pro builds on that platform, has an upgrade in the motor. So it goes from a 230cc four-stroke motor to a 250cc four-stroke motor. And then we get some improvements in the suspension as well. We get increased suspension in the front and Cradle Pro Link linkage system in the back, just to offer a little bit more handling. So the K2 Pro is essentially an evolution of the K2, just designed for a little bit more advanced, aggressive rider.
Still kind of, would you say, an entry-level bike there?
I would say it's still an entry-level bike. It is an air-cooled unit. It is a full size, so it's got an 18-inch rear and a 21-inch front. For example, I took the unit out to Kauai recently, and I was able to go out into the trail network and have a great time on the bike. I typically ride a 450 in my off time, but I found this bike very, very capable. Later in the day, I took my 15-year-old daughter and put her on the bike, and she took off on it and had a blast. It's very user-friendly. It's got a tame but powerful four-stroke motor, so it's not going to get away from you. And it's so I would say it's an entry-level bike, but it can cater, to an expert level rider.
As many of you know, taking physical inventory is something you do once, maybe twice a year, and sometimes you avoid it altogether. With large quantities of parts, accessories, chemicals, tires, and various other merchandise throughout your store, it's not a simple task to complete. There is a better solution. A solution that gives you the ability to cycle inventory counts anytime without disruption to your business. That solution? ZDMS RFID Physical Inventory. With RFID tags placed on inventory, you can cycle counts or conduct physical inventory with a RFID handheld scanner by simply pulling the trigger and walking around your dealership. RFID scanners do not require line of sight, so counters don't need to bend down under partitions, climb shelves, or position items to be visually seen to be counted in most cases. Contact your ZDMS representative to learn more about RFID physical inventory and how ZDMS is the only dealer management system in the powersports industry building the technology your dealership needs.
All right, so speaking of that four-stroke motor there, what are some of the other main selling points of this model? Extra safety features, or and can you just break down some of the specs for us there?
Yeah, certainly. So we talked about it. It has a 250cc four-stroke motor. It is a familiar platform to us. We do use this motor in a different model. So it is something that we have parts support for. A lot of the wear and tear items, because it is a familiar motor to us, it is it's in our family. So supporting the consumer after they take ownership of the bike is going to be huge. Some added features, safety features, would be the LED lighting that comes stock on it. A very bright, powerful LED headlight accompanied by a tail light for the low visibility hours. The bike does come with a keyed ignition, so a little added safety if you're parking it or storing it and you don't want it to be started without your permission. Other than that, the four-stroke motor, it's very tame. It's very reliable. So it caters to the entry level rider, and additionally the seat height. The seat height's at 35 inches, which is very approachable for a lot of people out there.
Okay, excellent. All right. And earlier you mentioned that the K2 Pro is, the evolution of the K2. Now, how specifically, what has evolved from the K2? What are those different features?
So specifically, the K2 Pro has a longer swing arm, and with that, the linkage system. So that's going to add a lot more stability at high speed and a lot more rider comfort. In addition to that, it's got some preload settings on the suspension, increased suspension travel in the front to take care of that bigger motor that's in it now. So those are specifically the biggest design changes between the two models, but basically it's all those design improvements are to give the rider more comfort handling more horsepower, more motor.
Knowing this is based on previous K models there, what have been some of the most common service issues technicians have had to deal with with other K models, and were those addressed in manufacturing the K2 Pro?
Yeah. So because this is a platform we're familiar with, we have had a lot of design improvements into just the overall assembly process on the unit because it is a familiar platform. Now it is a carbureted unit, and as such, with any carbureted unit, it goes in for service if it sits around and has gas spoil in it. So that is the biggest issue with the model is serviceability on the carburetor. We've addressed the tuning of the unit, so it no longer runs lean. It runs really well, especially around here in Southern California. So the tuning has been improved. Unfortunately, with the carbureted unit, you're going to run into issues with cleaning jets and stuff. So that I would say that's the biggest downside.
Okay, but I mean, yeah, as you said, service is going to be mandatory on any carbureted unit there. So yeah, no problem.
Exactly. I have way too much experience personally taking apart carburetors to get a motorcycle to run, whether it's for my kids or for myself. It's unfortunately part of carbureted units, and the reason why we're pushing to move towards EFI as soon as we can.
Okay, very cool. And so finally here, what is KO doing to help dealers move these new units?
We've recently started working with a few media partners, and with them, we're able to help spread the word a little bit better than what we have been. So we're definitely doing a lot of print ads. We're doing a lot of social media ads. We're really reaching out, really trying to get the bike out there in front of the public, let them see it, let them get their hands on it. I've been taking it on a tour of just Southern California tracks, just trying to get it out there, let people see it and touch it, because it's an exciting unit, and especially for the entry level market, it's going to be a really good unit for us.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for letting us know about that. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, Brock, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today about the 2025 Kayo K2 Pro.
Awesome. Appreciate your time. Thank you, Megan.
For more information about the dirt bike or to become a Kayo dealer, head to ridekayo.com. And as always, stay tuned to MPN for more of the latest and greatest in motorcycle and powersports news.